Hello, welcome back to another Colosseum Clash here. I am your host, Punktavian, and we are with RomanPunks. Today, we're going to be battling gladiators against each other. This is the time when owners and holders of the RomanPunks NFTs get to pit them against each other in a simulated gladiatorial ring. Now it's simulated, but the beautiful thing about blockchain and crypto is that a small business mom and pop shop can start a project with only a vision and let it gather and build and grow through the help of a community, which wouldn't have previously been possible, because how can people ensure that they have some partnership in the initiative? Previously, one would need to draw up contracts and create some sort of a standardized agreement that ensured that any development and growth in the project, you would see some kickbacks. But how do you even know that's honored? And how do you honor it with someone who is from another country? You need lawyers. You might have to sue if you don't trust the person. How are you going to get your money? And blockchain has just changed all that, and crypto has made it possible for the everyday person to start up a business. And more importantly, not just any business, but a media conglomerate style business with art and games and all sorts of other fascinating Web 3.0 utilities, and not require any lawyers to get it going, and allow for people to just step in a moment and join the project if they like it, and with the click of a button be part of it immediately. And that's what's so beautiful about this this space that we're in, because it lets that happen organically. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We've got here D Squad 35, classic OG, Dangus, Millira Spice, our prefect and moderator of the chat today. Intergalactic Hologram, that's a cool name. Welcome. Are you cousins with Intergalactic Planetary by any chance? Teddy Shouts, our dictator, and Empress NFT, our newest prefect and greatest evangelist of the project. We've got Casper, an old favorite of ours, Tree Frog Nada, definitely our resident chef and one of our greatest advocates. Yes, I am trying to celebrate my pirate heritage here today. Willow Bard, hello, welcome. Nice of you to be able to join us. And Leylem, welcome, and nice of you to join us as well. So we're going to get started pretty quick today. What we do, if you're new, is we pit gladiators and soldiers and centurions against each other in a simulated dice rolling battle ring, and we keep track of who wins, and it's a tournament, and after a period of time we'll see how many winners there are, and someone is going to win something sweet. So if you have a Ethereum NFT, here we're looking at the OpenSea right now, RomanPunks, and you select these three types here: Centurion, Soldier, and Gladiator. You can see the NFTs that are involved in the tournament. So there's still some out on the market here for sale. reasonably. But this gives you a picture of what's happening and the fighters that are involved. Not every single one you see here is involved, but to see the full list of the fighters that are involved, if you check our Discord, there is a link in the live streams channel in the pins that has access to the spreadsheet with all the list of fighters that are involved in the tournament. So the good thing is if you own a RomanPunk Ethereum fighter, then you don't need to do anything. You just sit back and see what happens. Maybe your fighter will be victorious, and you're going to get a notice on Discord or Twitter or however we're able to get a hold of you that says, hey, guess what? You just won an epic prize. So that's the cool thing about having the Ethereum, is they just work for you passively. So on the other hand, there is Wax. And in Wax, the NFTs are multiple copies. And so if you have one that gets chosen to fight today, then you can share the link showing that asset in your wallet, and then you get to play that NFT essentially. So there's two ways to play. You can have the cheaper, easier to get Wax cards, or the more valuable ETH cards. And if you have Wax, then you get to play in the chat. So you'll see how we do that. I wanted to show you something new. Is there's a new way that we have to organize the NFTs. Just to answer your question quickly, Empress, is there a place we can see a list of the ETH wins so far from this season? Yes, there is actually. I'll show you that in a moment once I switch to the other screen here. If you go to the spreadsheet, which is available here, I can send you the link, chat. If you go to the spreadsheet and you go to season stats, you can see all the Ethereum, how many times each piece has won. So there's going to be a prize for the Royal Rumble, obviously, is the ultimate prize. So this is the main prize, but there will also be consolation prizes for these others. Yeah, so you can catch. Now, I haven't, if anyone there out here is an Excel person, like, I'm pretty good with Excel and spreadsheets. I once worked in an office, so I know how to use this stuff. But one thing that I haven't been able to do easily is figure out how to count the total number of winners through a formula. You know, I can look at them and count them manually one by one, but if anyone can think of a way to easily demonstrate how many times these have been repeated, please share it, because I am at a loss to do that. So I'd have to go in and manually say, okay, we can see here that the leader right now is Lionel Nimbus, who has won twice. So, you know, we have Lionel Nimbus in first place right now. I know the user Mo from our Discord is the owner of that. So, yeah. Oh, Milira is our resident MS Office trainer and expert. So how lucky are we to have her on board? So perfect. So we'll talk to you after the stream about that, how we can achieve that. The other thing too is when I show, like here, I've got December 7th, and then I need to go December 14th. So what I have to do is I have to manually add the winner for each of those in here. You see what I mean? So if there's another way to automate that too, then that would be great. I'm at a loss to figure out how that can be done also. What do you mean, the way you store your data? Do you mean like the way that the names are organized and consistently? If so, then I realize that too. Perfect. All right, speaking of organizing data, there's one cool thing that I wanted to show everyone, that Dangus, one of our members, has brought to our attention and supported me to set this up today. And that is the collection book through Atomic Hub. It's a really cool new function that allows you to see which RomanPunks you own and which ones you don't. So let me just bring that up here. I lost the link, need to get it. Okay, so check this out. This is so rad. Okay, so here we've got RomanPunk's collection. We've got here, and no, by the way, this isn't done yet. So this is what you see is just the in work in progress. So we've got RomanPunk fighters, and then we can see common, rare, and epic. All right. So it'll show you like how much of the set, how much you own, how many you've completed. So because I don't have any in my inventory, I keep the NFTs in a separate inventory. I would have to log in with another account to see it. But here, I don't own any of them. So, you know, how cool is it? It's all grayed out because I don't have any. But it has all the fighters here. So you can go and you can follow that link. And then it will tell you what percentage you own. So you can see which characters you're missing. And then you can go and either pick them up on the secondary market, or you can trade for them in the Discord. And this will be super rad. Like there's even a link for the market here. Quick buy. I don't know how that works or whatever, right? So it's really, really cool. And then, and you can see all the information if you hover over it. Then there's a common, there's the rares, and then there's the epics here as well. So, so that's that. And then in the civilians, it's the same thing. Common, rare, and epic civilian. So, and then we'll create one that has the entire collection, and then you'll be able to organize it by the legendaries, mythicals, etc., etc., etc. To answer your question, does completing a set do anything? Well, not yet. That's a work in progress. As we roll out new features, having a complete set of the entire RomanPunks collection, or having a complete set of the fighters, will entitle the bearer to significant benefits going forward. We just have to think about what would be right and what would be deserving of such prestigious honor of owning the entire collection. So, and then it has to be tiered too, you know, because, for example, the mythicals, there's only 8 of each. So, you know, chances are it's going to be hard to get your hands on the mythicals. So we don't want to say, you know, that if in that case, there's only ever going to be 8 people that are going to have the entire collection, right? So, we need to think of different tiers of ownership and completion levels, et cetera, right? But one thing that we're looking at is with the fighters, it's obvious to have them all means that you're always going to have someone available if it rolls. But for the civilians, there's a lot of stuff in the works about how we can blend commons into rares, into epics, into legendaries. And so using all the blending mechanics to try and own the entire collection of civilians that don't include legendaries, that don't include mythicals, will be something that we'll look at as well. So again, beautiful thing about this is that it happens organically, and the updates will come as they come, and we're getting there. This is basically a one-person project. I mean, I have Cleopuncture who draws the pictures, and I do everything else myself for the most part. So it would be great if I had, you know, a team of like 8 people that were essentially on the RomanPunk staff. We could work miracles if we did, but that's a very complicated thing to set up. But if anyone would like to try and make that happen with me somehow, then we can discuss. In a formal sense, with, you know, proceeds as the project grows and develops, and payment based on, you know, the success of the project is something we can discuss if anyone's interested in that. But for now, it's basically a one-person project, one person managing and one person drawing, one artist, one manager. So that's where we're at. So let's get going with the battles. No, I could not do it with Cleo, 100%. My drawings would be hideously ugly, and we all wouldn't be here because you would see them and think, well, what is this? You're here for the wonderful Cleo, and that's how it will stay going forward as we get more awesome art from her. So let's get to the wheel. And let's get spinning. Today we're awarding this new fella. We've got Deef Gaffer, and he is being distributed to 3 winners today. So you'll get the lowest mints for the new civilian. And let's go ahead and spin, and let's that fighter soldier wheel up, and we're going to spin for 3, and then we'll get battling. Could not do it without Millie Respice or Empress NFT either, or for that matter, any of you here, because what is a project without a community? Nothing. So much obliged to you all, and I hope you're having fun, because if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. All right, so here we go. We're getting rolling here today with Zella Pythagoras. I think I've seen him quite a few times, to be honest. It's the luck of the wheel. Next up, it's going to be Milo Mccain. We've definitely seen him before. And the third fighter today, we've got Tiramisina with his laser ears. Hey, you can have laser eyes, but why not laser ears? All right, so get those wallets open and get ready to paste your fighter names and the links to your assets in the chat, and then I will take down your names starting now. Fraggle Car, you need to say the name. Jolie's here to sweep the winnings today from everyone else. Alright, let's get our fighters up on the board. First up is Pythagoras Zella. And I've got him listed backwards here, but that's okay. Good old Pythagoras Zella. He has a 7 dice. So we're rolling for Zella Pythagoras. Or in other words, Pythagoras Zella, the Pontic soldier. And he's going to come up with a roll of 28. A respectable 28 for Pythagoras. Next fighter up is Milo Mccain. The Hibernian Irish spearman with a Liberty helmet. And he is rolling with a power of 7 as well. So let's get his dice roll. Let's see what Milo can bring to the table. Boom. 26. So behind Zela. Not going to win this one today. And the third fighter today is Tiramus Sina. Very balanced battle today. 2 7 dicers and an 8 dicer. So Tiramus with his 8 dice. Let's see how he does. 28. Looks like we have a 2-way tie. I do love me a good tie. Let's give Tiramus another roll for the tiebreaker. And 30. So a strong second showing by Tiramus Sina. Now we gotta bring Pythagoras back on the board. And knock it down to 7. And let's see if he can come up with a matching roll. 23, not going to happen. So the winner today is going to be Tiramus Sina. So congratulations. It'll be one of the 3 of you winning the NFT today. Now we're going to move to the arena duel, which is the part of the Colosseum Clash where we battle the Gladiator type NFTs together. I always like to give that a good shuffle. All right. Now we're going to roll for 3 gladiators. Who are we going to get? Only Bellona knows. The goddess of war. And we've got Carmen Killian. Looking badass. With that broadsword. Carmen Killian is up first. Next gladiator today. It's going to be Dax Saluno. Mr. Collender. So grab your Daxes. Number 3 gladiator today is going to be Sack Badassian. How can you go wrong with a name like Sack Badassian? So, Sack Badassian, Dax Saluno, and Carmen Killian are our 3 battlers today. So you've got 90 seconds to grab the link and the name of the fighter that you wish to root for, starting now. Perfect. All right, 11 players today. Pretty balanced field too. Cool, Willowbard. We're glad to have you and glad that you're excited. We hope you can win and walk away with a victory today. It's always nice to see the new players take something. So let's bring up our first gladiator. It's going to be Carmen Killian, the Armenian Gladiator. Stand and fight, or else teleport back to that alien Pluto hole you call home. Of course, Pluto is the Roman equivalent of the Greek Hades, which is the god of the underworld and is synonymous with hell. So let's get Carmen's stats. 290. So she's got that great sword and a power of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So rooting for Carmen Killian today. Oh, 25. Doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. So coming up next, Dax Saluno. Of whom Tree Frog Nada apparently has triplets of. Nevertheless, that does not change the fact that this Gallic Gladiator only has 7 dice. He comes from the Crupularius class of gladiator, which was a real type of gladiator from the Roman era that was essentially as much armor as you could put on a person. And so they had to be really big and really strong, and they were always very slow and typically got their ace kicked because of their speed and lack of mobility. Let's see how he can do today. 30. Whew. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. That was 7 dice. So the armor helped definitely today. No question about it. But we do have another gladiator to play, and that is Sak Badassian, the Armenian Gladiator, who has the scissor gladiator type helmet and uniform and armor. So let's get his stats here. He's rolling with he has the façon, which is a famous Argentinian style of knife that is worn by our one and only Punctorian Guard. We're not sure how he got it from the Punctorian Guard, but he does have one. So he's rolling with a power of 8 today. So let's give him another dice and let's see how he does. 8 dice. 30. Looks like we've got a Mohican standoff. So let's see what we can do here. 30 and 30. We're going to give Sak Badassian another roll with his 8 dice. And he's going to come up with another 30. So we're going to register that second 30 here in another line. And then we're going to bring up good old Colander Boy. Which he's not the only NFT that has that helmet either. There is another one. But Dax Saluno is a 7 dicer. And so let's see if he can match a 30 again. He's got to roll it second time. 28. Wow. No dice. So his head is really spaghetti because he's going to be bleeding out of his ears now. So the winner today is, how can you not win with a name like that? Sak Badassian, which was a real name actually. In naming all of these characters, I referenced all sorts of ancient documents to determine lists of kings and other important figures such as generals from those certain regions after which they are named. And the Armenian, there was a king at one point in a random time called Badassian, no doubt, and so I felt it was appropriate for Sak. So now we've got the century battle. So we're going to pull up our wheel and get those centurions rolling. All right, here we got our centurion wheel. Let's give it a little shuffle. Perfect. Now we're going to spin for those 3 centurions. So grab your centurion cards. First one up is Kong the Commander. From the ape planet. The second up is it's going to be the monochromatic centurion, Nicostratus Nox, wielding a war fork. Third up, the third centurion up today. Please welcome to the ring, Nigelis Colubra. So we've got Nigelis Colubra, Nicostratus Nox, and Kong the Commander as the 3 centurions playing today. So we're going to get that timer ready for 90 seconds. Almost Tupa, but not quite Tupa. So you've got 90 seconds to drop the name and the URL to the asset in your wallet of the fighter that you possess and wish to play today, starting now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm missing one. Teresa. Alright, that's everyone. Y'all have your wages in. Now we have to get to the board. First up, we're going to bring Kong, the commander, to the field. And Kong, the commander, is rolling with a power of 7. So there he's got 7 dice. The Ape Centurion is going to produce a 26. So beatable. Definitely beatable. Let's see what the famous Nicostratus can do. Nicostratus knocks. He's rolling with a power of 6. No bonuses. And he needs to beat a 26, so let's see what he can do. 17. Wah, wah, wah. Guess he probably should get some night vision. Well, we've got one more fighter. One more Centurion to attempt to take the title away from the aliens today. And that is Nigellus Calubra. Now, Nigellus is also rolling with a power of 6. So let's see how Nigellus can do. 19, not going to suffice today, and so Kong takes it. We've got Kong, the commander, winning the century battle today. Oops. Now we're going to have the Royal Rumble. So we've got to reset the timer and allow you to submit your selections for the Royal Rumble. Again, we've got, thank you Milira Spice for sharing the names so I don't have to paste them in there. Tiramus, Sina, Sak, Badassian, and Kong the Commander. And momentarily I will start the timer and begin collecting the entries. Here goes nothing. Thanks, my spoon. Talk to you again. Thanks for popping in. See you next time. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 entries. And we've got 8 for NJ. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 13 seconds. Got a Teddy. All right, there you go. All entries are in. NJ chose Kong, by the way. Ah, yes, he did. Thank you. Thanks for double checking. Perfect. So let's get our fighters up on the board today. We've got Tiramus Sinha back again. And he's got a power of, what was it, 7? Nope, it was 8. So we've got 6, 7, 8. Let's see how Tiramus can do with his laser ears. He pulls off a 30. Nicely done. Now our boy Sak Badassian. Sak Badassian. Is rolling with an 8 as well. Competition is stiff today. Here we go for Sak. 35. Takes a commanding lead. Beautiful. Beautiful. Sorry, Ralph BC, you got your entry in after the timer had expired. All right, so let's get Kong up on the board. Kong is rolling with a 7, I believe. Yes. So let's give him his 7. 28. So no victory for the ape today. It's going to be Sak Badassian takes it. So congratulations to the owner of that NFT. You've just notched yourself a victory. Now we need to choose one of these 4 individuals. One of these 4 individuals, one of these 4, one of these 3 to grab the prizes today for the wax players. So let's go ahead and roll for Tiramus Sinha. We've got to get a random number generator here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, and generate, and it's going to be 3. So Tree Frog Nada, congratulations, thanks for playing. And we've got the arena duel, so we've Sak Badassian's victory here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to refresh this, and then we're going to go 1 to 4, and then we're going to generate. And the number is 4. So MSMP82, there you go. Congratulations. And then the Century Battle, again, we've got a 4, so let's reset that, refresh that, 1 to 4. The number is going to be 4 again. So of course it is a Jolly 2K. Anytime you see Jolly 2K roll in, he's going to sweep something. And the final Royal Rumble, it is Jolly 2K, My Spoon is Too Big, Fraggle Car, and MSMP. So we've got 1 to 4 again. So let's go ahead and do 1 to 4 and generate. And it's going to be 2. So it's My Spoon is Too Big right after he hightailed it for the day. So congratulations. Too big. Perfect. So you win a Wax Fighter pack, and we'll get those sent over to you here at the end of the stream. The question is, what if the ETH NFT hasn't been sold yet, but it is sold during the season? Aha. That means that the person who owns it claims for the wins. So if that NFT keeps winning and it's still on the market, well, hey, that's an opportunity for someone to scoop it. And then potentially it could be a BOGO situation where, you know, there's an NFT on the market that's for sale and it's winning. It's going to be winning one of the prizes. If you pick it up, then you're basically buying yourself 2 in that case, right? Because the ETH pieces, they play whether someone owns them or not. It's the NFT that gets the prize, not the owner of the NFT that gets the prize. But for the wax pieces, it's not the NFT that gets the prize, it's the owner or the player, rather, of that prize. So good stuff. Well, thanks for joining. We're going to do a very, very quick round of UEBS today and allow somebody to win another Wax NFT, Wax RomanPunk Fighter Pack. So just bear with me for one moment as I open up the app and launch it. Okay, we should be good now. All right, perfect. Just resize this window. Perfect. All right. Last time I was playing, there was no sound, and it was kind of annoying, so I'm going to put the sound back on. There we go. All right, we can turn this down a little bit, though. Yes, I think Chunk is doing just fine. Okay, so last time we had this epic Lost Crusades battle, but the problem was that we put all these mummy pharaohs against a whole bunch of measly flesh fighters, so that just wasn't fair. So we're gonna have to think of another more balanced approach. So first of all, we're going to take another map. So let's one that I liked was the Atlantis city, because they have those bridges that they have to cross. So here they are all kind of set up nicely. So let's just give them even numbers here. I liked how they were split up into different groups, but the fact is that it was just too impossibly tough for one side to have a chance to beat the other. So we're going to go back to basics here, and we're going to have a traditional old-fashioned battle. So we're going to do on one side, we're going to do the good old medieval. So let's get our medieval guys here. So we're going to do 3 medieval, and then we're going to do 3 of our famous Romans. So we're going to do no mummies. No, we're going to do where are you? Roman auxiliary. And then we're going to do centurion, and then we're going to do Roman archers. And here we're going to do medieval footmen, and then we're going to do heavy knight, and then we're going to do archers. So we've got some standard hand-to-hand, armored hand-to-hand, and ranged. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw in a little bit of a anachronism by putting some 18th century redcoats in there with them. Now on this side, we're going to throw a little bit of an anachronism in there by putting some World War II German soldiers in with them. So let's just make sure that these numbers are fair. So we're going to take this number down to 100 because they have machine guns. And then we're going to take this number down to 100 because they have black powder muskets that are very fast loading, by the way. And then I think that it compensates because these heavy knights are very strong, and I think they're stronger than the centurions. So we're gonna 400, 300, and 400, 100, 400, 300, 400, and 100. So there we've got 4, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1200, 44, 5, 7, 8, 11, 1200 on each side. So team 2, 2, 2, team 1, 1, 1. All right, there we go. So are you having some video lagging issues? Could be my connection. I've been having some issues today. So now we've got to put them into their various camps here. So we're going to spread them out appropriately. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and move them around into the streets for some of them. Those ones can go there. They're just all over the place. So as if they're just kind of hanging around in their various groups, and all of a sudden there's a battle that they have to join. I don't want them in the water, or they're probably going to die. Put those back there. Or those archers back there. Go there. You can go on the bridge, sure, why not? Well, that. And these guys go over here. Alright, so there we have, maybe we can put some over on this side. So we have one team 1, essentially. Oh, we gotta move them out of the... So team 1 is essentially on one side, and team 2 is on the other. Alright, so they've all been placed. A little bit worried about this guy. He's gonna get crushed here like that. We don't want them to get clipped. If we put them on the buildings, they're going to get clipped by the building. So we need to make sure they're in an open space like that. Okay, so there we go. I think all of them are ready to go. Perfect. Now we've got the other side here. Are those all the same? We've got the pink ones. Those are pink and those are purple. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Alright, so let's mix them up now. Some over here. One over here. Put some back here. I don't want you on that cliff or you're gonna get toasted. That. Some over here. Back there. And then these guys, they can't be on those buildings like that. That's just trouble. And he's gonna get clipped. Okay, we should put probably a contingent over here as they're going to be crossing that bridge and meeting them. And then we've got a group here. Well, they're going to have a hard time getting over that. No, they can go through there, so that should be okay for them. Except for this guy, he's probably, yeah, I don't want him to get clipped on these buildings. That's fair. It looks like it's all good now. Anyone see any issues here? So, remember the prize for this battle is 1 RomanPunk fighting pack. So, now is the chance where you're going to think about your bet. So you need to guess, is it going to be team 1 or is it going to be team 2? And you have to guess in the chat how many are going to be left standing on the winning side. So you have to say which team and then you have to say a number. Which medieval movie was Sean Connery in? You mean that one from the 70s? Where he was all hairy-chested? Forget the name of that movie. It does sound like your standard video game fare, though, to be perfectly frank. Alright, so let's do a little bit more shuffling here. I don't like these guys sitting so high up. Put some more arches over here. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, what? Can I tell him where to go? That is interesting. Left click and drag to move view or units. Right click and drag to move. That's interesting. Okay. So that's where they're essentially going to go to? Oh, what if we go like that? Does that mean he's gonna walk there? Okay, interesting. Anyway, let's play with that another time. So here we've got everything set up. And it looks like we're ready to go, except, oh, we've got these guys on the building. We can't have that. And I don't like their look at that either. He's on a building. It's trouble. They should be okay otherwise. Okay. And it's battle time, folks. All right, so the map is loading, so you can see how many are remaining on each side. If any have been clipped by the way they've been placed, it'll show there. Well, we've lost, what, 13 from the clipping. Not too bad. So here we are. Here we have it. We've got, I love this map, by the way. If there was an actual game in this map where you could go around kind of like Assassin's Creed, I would definitely play that game. All right, so there we've got it, folks. So we've got Team 1 and Team 2. Let's get your bets in. The resolution might have been due to the connection speed by somebody. Still running frames per second, 40, 50 frames per second here. And we've got fully maxed graphical settings here too. So yeah, we've got troops all mixed around in the streets on both sides. And over here on this side, we've got the Romans. And over here on this side, we've got the medieval guys. So get your bets in. I'm going to close the betting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the battle is about to commence now. So, who's gonna be Team 1 or Team 2? Let's go over to the bridge and see what's happening here. Already some archers firing from the bridge. We've got a battle on the bridge here. Archers versus archers. Roman archers versus medieval archers. The epic battle of time is occurring. They wonder exactly what dimension they have walked into. The archers bravely clash with the other archers. Now there's a little bit of a backup here as the centurions are trying to push their way through their own archer troops. Oh, watch out. The knights have made it across. We've got some knights rolling through, just crushing their way through here. Some of them are falling to the archers' fire. And then we've got some more knights following behind. So far, we've got a big bottleneck on this bridge. Let's see what's happening over on the other bridge. It looks like we've got some firing power going on here. Back here, we have some German riflemen, and they're firing across the bridge, pushing their way across successfully and meeting little resistance, and these medieval footmen that are being handily slain by this horde of centurions, backed by more Roman archers and a contingent of German militia. So over here we have British redcoats that are firing down the bridge and taking out a number of the Roman troops along the way. But it looks like the battle is heavily weighed to the side of Team 1. Team Roman numbers are holding much stronger than the medieval team. Now that the centurions have come through, broken through, and the Roman regulars have broken through, then they're reaching this contingent of redcoats. They're starting to fall, but the masses are overwhelming. And as they roll in, they're starting to completely eviscerate these redcoats. that don't even have time to reload before they're being smitten in their own territory. Let's see what's happening over the other side of the bridge here. Looks like we still have a massive bottleneck on this bridge as a small little squad of riflemen is here holding their own against a massive horde of centurions that are making their way across the bridge in earnest. So it doesn't appear that we have much of a chance for Team 1, although it does seem that as they're walking across the bridge, they're running into some serious firepower here. But there is some fire coming from up on this hill. And look at what we've got. We've got some German snipers up here on the hill, picking off the medieval troops down below from the high ground. That's not good. They have those 20th century modern M1 style 30 caliber rifles. That's trouble. It looks like the Romans regulars are now coming over and crushing the... Oh, and the Romans have met their own troops. They've completed the flanking maneuver, and now they've completely enveloped the enemy. What's happening, and where do they remain? Where is the remaining 300 men? There's still a battle occurring on this side, and we have not witnessed this side of the battle, but it appears to be the last remaining contingent of medieval troops clustered desperately as the Roman hordes begin to surround them. And it's not looking good for these medieval troops, as their numbers are half of what their opponents are. So arrows are being cast, muskets are being loaded. Nevertheless, it appears that their numbers are starting to dwindle. Over here in the streets, we've got more of a melee. The archers are just no match for the Roman ones. Only 177 souls remain. It appears that the end is near for Team 1. Now we just wait to see who remains. It appears the battle has already been decided. The real question is, what number will remain on the side of the Roman team? And that number will determine the winner of the NFT prize today. So we're going to join the remaining medieval knights over here on these dark streets as they continue to fall, as they're surrounded on all sides, being flanked in all directions. Even their few anachronistic musketmen, time travelers, cannot support them. A lot of good a musket does against 500 centurion. Doesn't appear to be having much of an effect. The numbers are clearly rolling down. How many more will they kill before they fall? This is the last stand here. Over in this corner. The end is near for them. And that's it. So 525 remain. And look at this pile of bodies here. Look at this poor soul piled up in a forlorn melee on this sad bridge. The victorious troops are enjoying their victory. Apparently they're speaking German, so they must be time travelers too. So that's what we've got, folks. Thanks for coming out and enjoying another round of Ultimate Battle Simulator. Whoever picked the number closest to 525 will walk away with the pack today. Oh, we can even increase the speed too. That's good to know. So let's get our NFTs sent to the winners. Here we have our Wax wallet. So the winners today of the civilian card, we can get those out right away. I prefer to do it now before I forget. So let's get those two created first. And then we're going to send out one to Tree Frog, to MSMP82, and well as to Jolie. So if you are in the chat and you can leave your Wax address, that would be appreciated. Then I don't have to look it up in one for Jolie, and one for Tree Frog, and one for MSMP. Perfect. Nope, that's not it. No, that didn't work. cjmb.lam. Just have to type it, I guess. Create an asset. And Tree Frog. FZYR. Perfect. And the winners of the Wax fighter packs. So we have NJ was the winner of the simulation today, Millie Ra, just to confirm. Congratulations. We'll get that over to you right away. 313R4. Perfect. Correct. Thanks for confirming. Now I will send that off. And then we have my spoon. Just need to pop into the Discord and grab from my spoon. I don't know who my spoon is on the Discord, so I can't send them anything. I will have to go ahead and send them later, unless anyone knows who my spoon is on our Discord. Okay, perfect. I'll send that last one later. I'll send that last one. All right, so thanks for joining, folks. That's the end of the stream today. We're going to do a quick raid over to Neon Space, our usual raid ease. So give them a quick shout and say hi, and we'll catch you on the next one, which is on Saturn Day, which is coming up. Tomorrow is Venus Day, and then it's Saturn Day, Friday, Saturday. So 2 days. See you at the next one. And catch us in Discord, discord.gg/RomanPunks. All the links are on the screen. And stay tuned for some more streaming of Sandbox Alpha that I will be running here over the next couple of days as well. I have to get the whole alpha finished before I think the 20th. So we got to get that busy. So do some more screaming. And we're going to raid them now. Thanks for joining, folks. See you later. Catch you on Neon Space, and catch you next time on Saturn Day. Peace out.